So, welcome to this next day of the challenge. And today we're going to be working with the aspect of us that tends to sabotage us. And it's the aspect of us that tries to keep us safe. So, a lot of the times, the saboteur, uh, you know, it's just playing on those belief systems that we have, trying to perpetuate it. And a lot of the times, people might call it the ego mind. But it's let's see where we can get the aspect of us that wants to succeed and the aspect of us that's trying to keep us safe and keep us small to really connect, because as one pulls, the other one pulls as well. And then we're stuck in the middle where we move forward and then sometimes we find ourselves in old patterns, or we move forward and then we're afraid to do the next jump. And then the saboteur goes, no, 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 let's just stay here because this is where we're safe. And it's not that they're outside of us. These are two aspects of us. We have various personalities that we step into, or various types of aspects of us that we tend to bring forward in order to deal with the differences in life. And that's just where we're multifaceted beings. And what we're working through in releasing these limitations and stepping over that threshold is really about, let's calm that part of us that's a little bit scared, that's a little bit not used to the change, that's a little bit worried about what will things look like, because we don't know what they look like. And I feel that that is the worst thing that we have, is when we need to have certainty, we actually cap success because we need it to look one way where it could be so much bigger. That cap of like, it needs to look like this is limiting in itself. It's usually this or something better, and allowing that to come through. So the next few days, we're going to be working on releasing those to just move over that threshold of fear that keeps us safe or keeps us stuck in what we know already. Okay, let's meditate. Let's close our eyes. Let's take a couple of deep breaths. Let's bring our attention from the outside world internally. Let's scan our body for an area that we hold sabotage in. And once you've noted all the areas, breathe light into these areas and exhale all that no longer serves. Breathing in light and exhaling sabotage. Breathing in light into the areas where we hold tension, stress, or negativity. And releasing with the out breath. Let's breathe in light to where we hold criticism and judgment in our bodies. And let's remove it as we exhale. And as we continue to release, we start to notice that we're able to anchor more light into our bodies. Let's breathe in light into every cell within our bodies. And let's exhale any dis-ease. Let's exhale any discomfort. And let's exhale any disharmony. Shining our light brighter and brighter with every breath. Opening up the chakras on the soles of our feet. And allowing the exchange of energy between us and Mother Earth. Allowing the energy of the earth to move through us, grounding, anchoring us to the planet, feeling connected between all time, all space. As we start to feel the changes in the seasons of the planet, we start to feel the changes in the seasons within our body. And this too is a change in our season. Let's connect into the energy of the central sun. And as we call forward this energy, we start to feel its warmth as it connects into our crown, opening up our crown, strengthening our connection. We start to feel it moving down into our brain, clearing the pineal gland as it moves down into our throat, clearing our avenues of self-expression, into the heart space, activating unconditional love and compassion, as it continues to move down into the solar plexus, activating our strength, activating our will, into the sacral, activating the ability to manifest into physical reality that which we envision, connecting down into our root, dissolving the fears, the limitations, the distrust in self. Allow this golden energy to expand throughout your nervous system, flooding your systems with unconditional love, radical self-acceptance, and compassion, bringing in the codes of ascension into our physical, our etheric, our mental and emotional bodies. Activating the expansiveness that we already are. And as we connect into our heart space from a place of unconditional love and compassion, we connect into our Akashic Records. Keepers of the Akashic Records, please open and allow me access to my records. And my name is, state your name. And I ask that you create a safe and sacred space for my highest good and healing. The records are now open. The records are now open. The records are now open. Stepping over the threshold into our records. Feeling what it's like. Connecting into our whole of records. Accessing the soul's blueprint. And we now call forward the aspect of us that sabotages, that holds us back in order to keep us safe. Calling this aspect of us, of our personality, forward. And as we connect into this energy, we start to feel their frequency and reassure them that it's okay. And we call forward the aspect of us that is ready to succeed, the active access our highest potential, that wants to expand, that has expanded. And as both versions of us step forward, we ask them to have a conversation, asking our highest potential version to talk to our saboteur, allowing to find a place where the saboteur feels safe, the ego feels safe, to move into our highest potential. Allow them to have the conversation, whether you understand or hear what they say, or it happens on a subconscious level. Know that this conversation is reprogramming the aspect of our subconscious, is shifting our blueprint to that where we lead with success, where we lead with confidence, where we lead with no restrictions. Allow them to have this conversation until something clicks within the conversation and they come to an agreement. Both can work together. It's not one or the other. They need to learn how to find a space to work together. Breathe deeply and completely, releasing whatever emotions come up in the body whilst this agreement is made. And once they come into an agreement, both aspects of you face you, and you embrace both of them equally. And you start to feel that the saboteur, the ego, feels a lot more confident now, is not so scared, has a plan, knows that it's okay to release these old habits as we step into new aspects of ourselves, the successful aspect of ourselves. And as we embrace these aspects, we place them both in our heart space, incorporating them into our bodies. And now we start to see, to imagine, to call forward our highest timeline. This is the timeline that we're working towards. This is the timeline that we desire. Allow this timeline to present itself to you. This is the aspect of us that is living our true potential. See it, feel it, hear it, taste it. Step into this timeline, step into this aspect of self. What is this aspect of self? How do they think? How do I move? How do I stand? How do I interact with those around me and the world? How does it feel to be my highest potential version? Let's become our highest potential. Not letting go, but incorporating who we used to be. Letting her know that she was brave to get us to where we were before. And we bring her along with us in our heart space, moving forward. Allowing any grief to surface as we release this older version of ourselves. And getting excited to continue to move through this day, through this evening, through this week, this month, this year, this decade, constantly assimilating to our highest potential. Breathe that in and continue to allow it once you feel this has been complete within all your system. We start giving thanks and gratitude to all versions of ourselves that showed up today, for leveling up, for willing to work with us. And the keepers of the records, our guides, our angels, for supporting this transmission. The records on our clothes, the records on our clothes, the records on our clothes. And as we make ourselves, as we come back to ourselves, we start to know, we know that we have shifted, we have changed. We are the highest potential version of ourselves. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Records on our closed once more. Records on our closed. Records on our closed. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. If you'd like to journal, journal.